Hello there, Zaza. How is everyone in chat doing today? I hope you're all doing fine. Small change of plans here for today, yeah. I figured I'd better do this because I did it like yesterday as a follow-up, so I'll leave the door soccer for tomorrow. I think I mentioned it last night on stream, so let me check actually. Is there a TV system? Bonus artwork, music. Why can't I access the gacha machine from here? Check the voices, intimacy event, question mark. Ooh. There's another question mark here too. There we go. Oh, I'll probably need to sneeze more. The window is open, it's summer. Of course I need to sneeze. I always need to sneeze. I hate summer. Ah, thank you. Like I said, I'll probably have to sneeze in like a minute anyway. Wow, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Red egg of you two being. You've just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Boat is ranked high enough for you guys to go off together? Just the two of you?
Huh?
What, you jealous?
Hey.
Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourselves, they'll be here any second. My nose has been weirdly stuffy these last 2 days. I'm not sure what's up with it. Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But we stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10. What, no Monokuma?
Why?
What's going on there? Why hasn't Monokuma showed up yet?
Could it be?
Alright, take a shot at it. Maybe he died again. Now, what should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or maybe yes? Or what? Jesus! Did I scare you? Cringe meter was already maxed out for this game.
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? What? I made you wait? You've got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait.
In other words...
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start until everyone is here now, can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting for 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. It's me you're waiting for. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. It's Kyoko, isn't it? When we heard that voice, we all spin around to look.
Hey.
Yep. I'm here and no rule has been broken. Kyoko. Kyoko, are you still alive? No, that's a ghost. Stop talking. If you want to fight, you do it all at class drill. You need to save some of the fun for me for later, right?
What?
But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
Is that right?
I made it just fine. The school regulations don't violate. Am I wrong? You're so selfish. So spoiled. You're right, there is no penalty. Officially, but I'll bet you'll be sorry later.
Shing!
No, make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your bus into the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you. Monokuma was calling me all rushed to Kyoko. Kyoko? So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God, I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. He's right, now we've got to deal with the ghost. I told you, stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do during the trail. Now that means that's Kyoko's prime suspect here now, huh? Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. The master, wait for me. No. Ah, good call. Who knows what might happen if to us if you take too long.
But...
I'll be happy when this trail is over. One after another, everyone compelled into the elevator. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trail started. Well, then talk to her. Don't let me do it. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been this whole time? You used that keys of yours to go somewhere, didn't you, so...
Correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. Second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then, when did you find out?
So...
Just now I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class drill announcement. Took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
However...
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you're on the second floor of the dorms, then that's where the key you found goes up to?
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
I used Monokuma's secret tool which can open any lock in the school. What? Oh, well, that's a late one.
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go off the details after we enter the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
It would seem...
Because it's probably the most crucial moment so far for me. For her. That's a strange way to put it. The class style is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. And the door slid shut. Elevator.png moment. This time the clinking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. Can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with being prepared for an execution. In the dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without a warning. A dazzling light penetrated the very depths of my eyes, but it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was the blinding light of despair. Hee hee. Oh, that's a very,
I can't wait! I can't wait!
vaporwave looking room you got here, huh? I've been waiting for this. It feels like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs is past.
Thrills! Chills!
Let's get on with the show.
Kills!
I mean, he says it feels like an eternity ago. It's like not even 2 days later, I believe. You know, like 1 day of free time. And so the curtain opened for the 5th time. Yeah. Deadly class real. So I have no idea what the hell to expect with this one. I did get another skill. Increases the influence gauge by 5. Sure. I'll take it. That's a lot of skills here, though. Alright, let's see what we got here.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
Every time, huh?
Your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim.
This is going to be a doozy, isn't it?
First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
Dude.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No! That's a ghost!
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because
Yeah, because why?
she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Why is this guy not dead yet? Like, come on, he's such an idiot. He's like a prime target to just murder and get away with, you know?
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
One important trait Kyoko has, the gloves.
I got it!
Of course you can see that the two, I
I'm
guess.
talking about
Got a
her
lot of
gloves.
hearts for this trail, actually.
They'll
Hold
give
on
us
a
some
moment.
insight into the mystery. I'm sure
Is
of
that
it.
the influence gauge you meant?
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your
Thanks,
hands you
Monokuma.
don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
There's no way that corpse was Kyoko, but give a proof of we're gonna be stuck if in the case won't move forward, so we don't have any choice but to... Oh boy. Why do we have to be complicated about this? Tattoo on right hand, explosive body, fake nails. Probably the tattoo, I imagine.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
I'm with you, Byakuya. Why are they making you do this? No. I know the body isn't Kyoko's and I know I can prove it.
That Kyoko there is just a
Ghost. Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
That
Kyoko.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Actually, I'm not even sure if this is the right one anymore.
Explosion.
Well, yeah. Wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
That fun hitting that one.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body was.
They got burnt up.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah. Must have been wearing gloves.
No, wait. God damn it, this is the wrong bullet. I'm stupid. Well, at least I got extra artists, so that's not a problem.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body was.
They got burnt up.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah. She must have been wearing gloves.
Wait, that? No? Oh god, I'm already jobbing this one, huh?
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up and
Then she was wearing gloves.
well, yeah. She must have been.
Can't wear gloves because of the nails. I'm just being stupid here.
No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember?
Like I said, I'm doing this today because it's like fresh in the mind and I'm already like fucking up the first one
I
here.
imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Thanks, Hero.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
This is gonna be a doozy of a trail, isn't it? Further thing, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. Oh boy. How much useless bolts am I getting this time? Sprinklers exploding. Do you want to Ew.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
I guess it's Stoko saying if you can identify by the tattoo. One thing that I can tell was on the victim's own body. Yeah.
If
Kyoko really is, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so.
No? Oh, this is the wrong one. This is the later one. God damn it. God damn it.
Kyoko really, then who died?
gotta be some. I don't think so. And there wasn't any description in the mon. Oh, if we. The body.
No, that's wrong.
Real clown house today. Don't mind me, Chad. Don't mind me.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real?
If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual, huh? Yeah.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
Bruh.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
Her master must have made her get it.
God damn it.
Like, you're my bitch.
What's wrong with her? Oh.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
God damn it, Doko. Can't they just kill you off? You're just annoying. I'm tired of your shenanigans.
Oh, really?
Better to do the information from the victim's identity should be become clear. Wait a minute. That's one then, I guess, huh?
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group
I was looking for the data
Kusaba
file,
belonged
but
to.
I guess not.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the
She's
squad...
doing one. The girl might be more annoying than the guy. Yeah, I mean, Doko is definitely just annoying. Byakuya is just arrogant. There's at least a difference in it, I
would
guess.
get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
Oh, Jesus, what the hell was that? The image that represents Fenrir is... Oh no, I have to do this. Oh, some of these. Never mind. Yeah, I'm not sure about that vest. There's like a motorcycle out there. Oh, what? The fuck is this word I'm looking for? Oh wait, a wolf. Lols. Yeah, it might as well be lols.
Now I understand. The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
One of the giants, because Loki's just about as bad as Zeus was, really. I'm just fucking everything he could.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary
man.
all-star.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf. Which means
I'm more
that
bothered why those
person
nails
must
don't
have
that
once
way.
belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? Now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
When I first heard Fenrir, I was like, oh god, it's playing from nukes. He's combat. I mean... I don't even know where mine might... I think my mind went to Final Fantasy because there was like a Fenrir mount and like a Fenrir boss, so I guess that's what the first thing I'd think of when I had a name, but... Like, I've played so much games and read so much stuff, like, it's like, shows up in a lot of places. Also, Lord X. Good afternoon.
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
Oh. Yeah,
But it's still a use case.
yeah, because like food and stuff, and like we just did this yesterday, so it's not better for me in mind. Even though I'm already fucking a big time.
But I mean,
Fucking a big time.
being the ultimate
Yeah, like the
despair
first one
seems like
already
a
took me
pretty
3 shots to get the
mastermindy
black
title to me.
Oh no.
Maybe we shouldn't
Yeah, I
have
think
been
I
thinking of
probably
her as the
was.
ultimate despair in the first place.
Sure.
After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a
I'll
description.
put some of the 2 errors first. As always.
Nice.
All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko.
Yeah.
That's what you told
Just put it
Makoto,
down.
right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was
He's got a
wrong.
point. He's got a point.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
If she was just another student, then why did the class drills just happen without Monokuma dragging her out? Huh? Of course, he's insistent that everyone is there. Except this one for some reason.
Fine.
Kinda
Uncovering the
sus.
identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation.
Thanks, Monokuma. Thanks.
Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big old brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
You know, usually I would say he was full of shit, but he's got a point this time. What's that from saying that there isn't?
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
But she hasn't been taking part in it.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Guess I'll let me know there can only be two suspects. Makoto and Kyoto? Oh, I guess so.
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
You all suspect Naomi or me and Kyoko. Damn it, I can't let this send someone up to claim my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Objection? No, that's a different game.
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want, somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
This is rad.
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
So what time was the body discovered? Around 9.
I got it! The body must have been
Around
discovered
10
at
o'clock.
9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
No, then Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably not on the dot now. Okay, go get the pickaxe and be at 9-1.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
Well, it's 11 hours ago to take until I play then.
For
so.
me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
Murder happened between 8 p.m. and 9 a.m. and 9 a.m. And I don't have an alibi from 10 until 7:30 a.m. And it looks like the game has begun. If I can provide an alibi for the time period, then I just have to prove out the murder didn't happen during the time. I don't have an alibi. To do that, I need to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. Oh boy. I'm getting mind about it, isn't it? I think the sprinkles are going to play into this because the body wasn't wet.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Something that happened in the garden at the same time every morning, thinking my coast is also almost totally dry. In which case, you should be able to figure out when the body might have must have a pit in the garden.
We've established a time. It took place somewhere between 10 and 9 o'clock in... Yep, and Makoto doesn't...
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7...
Hmm? Come on, guys, you're gonna scare me like that. Oh.
Shoot!
That one?
We've established a time frame for the murder.
What is the deal with that thing?
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto...
Yeah, from to 7:30.
No?
Shoot!
There's a contradiction in there somewhere.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place
Yeah,
No,
that's the right one, which is in the wrong time.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right?
Yeah, and that's why you would think to shoot at the 7:30 in the morning, not at the 10 in the evening.
So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Yeah, because I throw a bucket of water on it. Come on, man.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words?
Shit, I want to throw a fucking brick at it.
No,
There's a
I'm
reason
saying
I
that the
hate
body
that.
was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
At this point, I think the serial murder is even more reasonable to argue with than this bitch.
What do you mean by denying the sprinkler? Are you trying to deny my entire existence?
If only.
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
You need to prove there wasn't the sprinklers that got the body right. All I have to do is talk away to certain evidence and let you do it. Look at the body itself that should make it clear. Oh, we're doing this shit already? Oh, I hate this shit.
I admit nothing. No, no, no! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No, no, no! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I'm right about this. I admit nothing. No, no, no! How can you say it?
This should prove it.
Okay, only one time I've actually had to choose a ball for that one.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because...
You could have said this before, couldn't you? God damn it.
While the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place. Sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
The water got thrown over it, so come on now.
To be fair, she got like meters by the explosion, don't forget that.
I wish we could also blame that on lack of intellect.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
Yeah, but it was like a top in the tool shit that was wet and dirty, so...
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one with an alibi, which would mean that Mukuro's killer is. No, you first believe it. Kyoko murdered someone that's...
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me, and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone.
Yeah, I don't think it's her either, but who is it then at this point?
This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway,
Okay.
Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Thanks for throwing me back into the fire, Kyoko.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain
These guys are so
something to keep it from getting wet.
Well, I mean, the game's subtitle is Trigger Happy Havoc. Come on now. Hehe. Something at the scene was used to cover. Could it have been? Oh.
I got it!
Operation
You're
gets
talking
busted,
about the
busted
tarp,
to go.
aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
How would Kyoko say that? How would you want me to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about it right now. The top. If just used the way Kyoko said, then the top must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
Can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. To refute what Kyoko said. Like I said, obviously there will be blood on it then. Body before the explosion, I guess?
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water.
No? The fuck you do then?
Shoot!
Sure is good I got a dolphin
By
crease,
covering
huh?
the body with the tarp,
The killer prevented.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
Yeah.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
That's the one I should have shot.
By covering the killer prevented.
So the reason the is because the sprinkler,
But the underside, it was totally
It's because that side was protected since it was facing down
Chipmunk
toward the
voice.
body. Of course it didn't get dirty.
No, it's wrong.
One brain cell.
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it.
Maybe the killer just hid under the sprinklers. That's why.
Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
There's still the time for
If
it.
they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh? The blood was
What
camouflage?
if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone
I
else's
mean, we have the
blood?
blood packs in this.
Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office.
Holy shit, look at the massive brain on the hero right now. Whoa.
That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
Huh? It was more than gone, which was mean. What now? Oh. Chicken.
I got it!
Oh no, the poor chicken.
Could it have been chicken blood?
Aw.
What?
Chicken
Chicken
plant.
blood?
No.
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens.
Hero can attest to that.
But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
It's a perfectly race of a fine chicken.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful.
Go
You should have at least eaten it.
Go rub the body with blood.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around.
Not what Hina just said.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides
At
a
least if
basis
you murder
for
a
my
chicken, at least
theory.
eat it. Oh.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right?
The body still should be red then. So
But
just stay
if
next to
that's
it.
the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally
No, it
would?
did kind of look like it was on top of the body.
I think so.
Yeah, it
Wait.
was.
No, the head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up.
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body
everyone is a
didn't
big
get
brain
wet
in this,
because the killer covered it with the tarp.
I mean, I'm still 100% sure what's going on either, so I'm not a big brain at this moment either.
Then, later, at the same time the killer was
Slightly
gathering
bigger
up
brain
the
than some of
tarp,
these guys, though.
they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they've already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Yes.
Oh no, I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
But,
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
and the suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoto trying to entrap me? I don't understand. This guy's dead body has been updated more like.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide?
Bruh.
Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Who do you think you are? Two-Face? What is this bullshit?
Oh,
See? Pretty good idea, right?
no, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
Ah, yes.
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
It's getting spicy for Makoto. Yeah. Listen, more importantly, now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it? We can just keep Toko keep it. Yeah. Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just...
Couldn't be sure what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I did really kill her.
Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
I see. Considering everything I've done to now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Hopefully.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then... that seals it! Makoto did it!
Just because I had the knife once? That automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question.
No, because of a murder,
You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
Doesn't really have, very similar that the coat is put on after the top is removed, which means the knife is pushed through the coat into the body.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then... that seals it! Makoto did it!
Just because I had the knife once? That automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
The knife we found, it's the same one. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that knife, that seals it.
But just because I had that automatically...
Well,
No, that's wrong.
It's overcomplicating that one,
Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
Oh. Taking himself twice in the same spot now is already possible, except condition the body was written down for everyone to see.
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. Totally forgot about that.
Then the knife...
So sure it's a tuner, right? Oh, this is an onslaught thing earlier.
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably
didn't the file
stabbed
set
her
up
to draw
with multiple
attention
injuries
away
or something?
from what actually killed her.
That's actually why I selected it.
Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Sure, it could have been avoided if you actually investigated bodies when you found them. Yeah. I mean, they first want to take off the mask, which kind of triggered the bomb.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
Jeez.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle
Shut up,
caused
Hero.
atomic level spontaneous combustion.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
Well, explanation can thank you for the explosion.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural, because of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma.
Why is Toko looking at the Monokuma bot's crotch there?
It's
never mind.
part of a bomb.
I'm worried about it.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
The whole time.
I mean, yeah. It's what happens when she's like absent for the entire duration of the investigation and shit.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the
I
facts
like
of the
that
case
Kyoko just
regardless.
was like, yeah, if you kill me, then the truth will never be found, and then she just doesn't say anything after that anymore.
Yeah. We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. We need to concentrate. Oh boy. What if there was like an announcer for
Then
that?
shall we
Like,
continue the
Walker.
debate?
Had a little
The
bit
victim's
class of
fatal
it.
injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't
that's
kill her
why.
for sure.
Let's see
Yes.
then.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Actually, what the fuck am I doing for this? And I was a cover, but all those other ones in the body went trash. Which only leaves.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
No, it's wrong.
That's what I thought first, but then
Muguro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe!
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their
Because it was
skull
actually
in
a bat.
completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you
Maybe
want.
just this is on you.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with a metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty
Bruh.
brain of yours, throw it on the ground and
What's
spit
her
on
problem?
it.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
The real murder weapon.
I got it!
That's the only thing in
Mukuro
this
was
list
hit
that
in
could
the
be a
back of the
weapon.
head with something. And that's what killed her.
Well,
And
Charlotte,
that
what are you going
something
on
was
about?
the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
An arrow? That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird.
You should go back to your comment yesterday. I see, I see.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
Don't blame me for adopting him because there was one more thing about his weapon, one more secret. Not the duct tape. It has to be the duct tape.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a
I'll
metal
pull
pipe,
together with some
right?
duct tape.
It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
I'm not doing that.
Talking back to
Oh,
Master.
oh.
You have no right!
The titanium, it was in the dojo. I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced.
Well,
I need to slow down
because
for
in the
that.
Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe. It seems
No, it's wrong.
An arrow would be too thin.
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
another weapon?
Yeah, an entire bundle of arrows.
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled up wad of duct tape. The killer probably used this duct tape to bind multiple arrows together.
Look, if you're going to use an arrow, just like, I don't know, fucking stab them or shoot them with an arrow. I mean,
Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks.
tons of sticks.
One stick is weak, but put them together,
I
and
was
they become
thinking of that,
strong.
funnily enough.
It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Now you're a bunch of unusual sticks at this point.
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
Yeah, okay, you're gonna say that the key was in the room, but she didn't have the fucking key to her room. Come on now.
What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to. The death of us all, remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
I have evidence. Evidence is going to the dojo, means you're connected to the dojo locker.
I got it! The
Really
one
hard
thing
for
that
that
proves
key.
Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
She didn't have access.
Don't
Yeah.
bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Doesn't prove anything as Byakuya had the key to the room. If anything, that puts suspicion on him, yeah. So Byakuya could have planned it, yeah.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just, there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something.
No, you were in my room last night.
Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me. Does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue. Could it be when? Which will mean Kyoko, she killed someone for me.
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait, I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What? Bianca should know better than anyone, Makoto, you fucking idiot. What does that mean? You dimwit.
Why are all these people stupid?
When the body was found?
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Oh boy, where I'm shooting what? They could give room to Byakuya, right? Which would mean...
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I'm not the kid. You should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would never.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
is that what you're saying?
You stated a thief. You said I hid and then
Left the locker key in my own room. Correct? But could I really have done that?
Didn't want to do that.
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I'm not the kid. You should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would never.
there's proof that you are. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory
It is
earlier.
like for the locker room and the body
You
was
said I
found.
hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo lock and then left the locker key in my own.
I saw this one.
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I'm not the kid. You should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would never hide something.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
No? And that one either. Oh boy. Time to job it again.
those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I'm not the kid. You should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would never hide.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
That one.
Is
that what you're saying?
You stated a theory. You said I hid and then
Left the locker key in my own room.
No?
Could I really have done that?
Okay.
those words you just spoke?
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said.
I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Do we need to use the proof on that she was not the
Master
killer?
would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory
Earlier, you said I hid and then
and left the locker key. Correct.
Oh, I
But-
didn't shoot that.
Could I really have done
done that.
I'm fumbling with the
Those
controls
words
there
you just
instead.
spoke.
Good
Exactly
job.
what I'm not the kid. You should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would never hide something.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
is that what you're
You stated a theory. You said I hid
and then left my own room. Correct?
No, it's not that one either. I just hate it when you need to start copy pasting
Those
things.
words you just spoke.
exactly what I'm not
Not the killer. You should understand that
that more than
Byakuya,
What Master would never hide something from.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
Is that what you're...
You stated a theory. You
Smiley
said I
face.
hid and then left the locker. Could I
I
really
love
have done that?
Just the first moment of the slow down. It just makes it sound funny.
Those words you just spoke.
Why was he
What do you mean?
I don't worry about it.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer.
You should understand that.
Byakuya.
What are you...
Master would
Oh, I got the wrong
never
one.
hide.
There's proof that you aren't... Is that what you're...
You stated a theory. You said
Not
I
the
hid
killer
the
in the
evidence
locker
of my
room.
and then left the locker key in my own room.
Then when I
But
played this,
Could
like,
I
got
really have done
clues
that?
at the time.
Yeah, I couldn't blame you.
Because I also
Those
had to
words
like
you just spoke.
rewind
Exactly
and
what I
like
said.
I'm not the killer.
listen to everything at the time.
It's not that one. Not killer in locker room, you second. Try that one.
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer.
You should understand.
Byakuya.
Master would never.
There's proof that you aren't... Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory.
You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left in my own room.
It's not that one.
Shoot!
Right, locker key improved, didn't we?
Those words you just spoke.
No, I don't think I
Exactly
did.
what I'm not the killer. You should understand.
Byakuya.
Master would never.
There's proof that you... Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory. You said I
Hid the evidence and then left the locker key in my own room.
No,
Could
I
I,
don't think I've copied
could
that
I
one.
really have done that?
Those words you just spoke.
What do you mean?
Exactly what I
said.
I'm not the killer.
You should understand.
Byakuya. What are you
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof...
Yeah, that's that one.
No, it's wrong.
I mean, I don't mind these
Kyoko
these
wouldn't have
sections,
been
but I
able
do
to get
mind it
into
when
a
they like want me to like copy paste and like use it for a different argument. Like, just give me the ammunition I need, please.
Why
I'm too
not?
small brain for this.
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant.
So many different ways to argue the same thing. Yeah. I mean, I've had it a few times that I argue for it in a different way, but I still got the right answer despite it being different, but he said.
And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
We all exactly knew what this argument would be. True.
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No, that's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us, an obvious lie, but this isn't like her. Trying to save herself with a desperate lie. Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer, or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and die here, the mystery of the school will remain hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. Because she cares more about the truth than her own life, huh? The mastermind's trapped, the mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko. But what if this is really true? What can I do? What should I do? I don't know. The mastermind's trapped, the victim was Makuru and Kyoko killed her. What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm not the only one. I'm the only one who knows that it's a lie. The only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? Mastermind's trap. Suppose all the time trying to avoid danger, you never move forward. You know the danger, but that means risking solving the mystery, so I have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? Decide right here and rather right now, but suppose pursue the lie. Run away.
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
A lie?
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
You said it. The burden of proof is on you. So let's hear it. Where's this lie, then?
Kyoko is definitely lying, even as you cross with some other deeper truth she wants to keep hidden. Oh boy. Why do I have to do this again? I'm not even sure what she was lying about.
I didn't have the
But
key to my
she was
room
right on a controller.
Yes.
because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
Then, when we searched Kyoko's room, how else could the key have gotten there?
Someone other than me must have put it there. That's the only explanation.
Okay. Kirkus had told me that before the drill started that she'd stolen something very important from the headmaster's room.
I didn't have the key to my room because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
Then, when we searched Kyoko's room, how else could the key have gotten there?
Someone other than me must have put it there. That's the only explanation. I didn't have the key to my room
I'm not worried about the house, I'm worried about
because
the
I'd
time
given
more or
it
less.
to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
Then,
Yeah,
when we searched Kyoko's room,
just point it out because I'm not even sure what's
Shoot!
going on here. I'll take a drink in the meanwhile. Yeah, I thought she found a master key. True. It wasn't pointed out to be a master key though. So where can't you could have used it to get into her room?
I didn't have the key to my room because I'd given it to Byakuya.
There's no doubt of
You are correct.
so I couldn't.
then, when we searched, how else could the key have...
Someone other than
Second
me
one
must
then,
have
I
put it
guess.
there. That's the only. I didn't have the because I'd given it. There's no doubt of
You are correct.
so
I couldn't.
How did I hit
No,
that?
it's wrong.
I expected that to fail.
Oh Jesus, you have 3 minutes left.
It opens every door.
No.
Yeah. I mean, it's only on the
Kyoko
shorter ones.
could
it's
have
the longer
gotten into
ones.
her room.
The longer one is like 9 minutes still, I think. It opens every door. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of blanked out on that one. I thought it only really applied to like the shutters and stuff.
You said so yourself, didn't you, Kyoko?
Actually, to be precise, not quite. It is Monokuma's secret tool which can open any lock in the school. Yeah.
Monokuma's secret tool?
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school, which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing...
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
Well, what are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it. So I lost. That's all this means.
Huh? Then, are you saying you really didn't, Kyoko? You really aren't the killer?
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up. All done, all finished. The class
Yeah, I
trial
know.
is
I
all over.
But that's ridiculous! Since when is there any...
It's because you were late, so the trial started late and time ran out. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you. But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
So I'm going to have to vote on someone else here. But will. Oh wait, I don't even get to vote.
Don't worry, Yeah, this happened to me too the first time.
Good job, you got it right. Really right. You got it right. Does that mean Kyoko's really the killer, but something strange is going on here. Something's wrong with this old class rail. Kyoko?
Now then,
Good
I
extra
prepared a
special punishment.
very special punishment.
So I went wrong somewhere else then. Where?
Let's give it everything
Pretty
we've
sure
got.
the decision,
It's
like, when
punishment
you want to pursue the lie,
time.
or let it be. That's the branching path, I think.
Bruh.
Yeah. I think you have to let it go.
Well, that means I might have to replay the entire hour of this trail and just to get to that point. Me. Oh boy.
Yeah, the game isn't clear about this, but yeah.
Huh.
I think
Don't
that
worry about
choice
it?
that
Oh.
choice locks you into
Well, maybe said don't worry about it, so I guess I can put back at the second point or something. Guess we'll see. Oh yes. Crash! Or is it just a guillotine? I'm sure what's going on. Oh, that's just a question. Best picture in a little bit coming up. Oh boy. Why is Monokuma extra heavy there? Concerns me. Either that or it's a fake out. Well. This other class kill of Mikurukisawa came to an end, still to wonder why Kyoko's a kid innocent, or regardless, the truth is lost forever, even for me. Just stop thinking about it. It was the end of Mikuru's class trail. And in the end it would prove to be a last class trail. Once the trail was over, there was never a single murder at Hope's Peak ever again. We would obtain peace in exchange for the lives of all the others. I see. Jesus.
yeah. This is hella cursed.
Oh god. Peace would only side the school, peace would only for us. It was the only hope we had. Hope. Yeah. This is hope.
No! This isn't right!
Oh boy.
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
Okay, so just supposed to be back here, that's right, I have to. Don't know if you're supposed to lie or not.
Okay, welcome to that ending. That you just got.
I mean, if it was a real bad ending, it would throws into the credits and I'd just like resume from the beginning of the trail, but there aren't just nearly dead Coil. I see. I mean, run away is not an option here, I guess, so. I have to believe in Kyoko, there was no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here, something that has to do with Mastermind Strap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal?
Run away.
Have you decided to
tempted to
accept
do
her
this option,
assertion
actually.
as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it.
Where would you even run to?
I
The elevator?
suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I still can't get over the Toko fucking died and just all. Yeah, where did Toko go in that scenario? Maybe they just didn't want to bother with that.
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was
You might
with you
have just
guys
gone to
the
jail.
entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
It's just a serial killer, I guess.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
Oh, so the shit. Oh, so we're blaming Makoto again now. God damn it.
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta
No,
be
it
a
can't be
hidden
Kyoko,
side
so
to
it has
this
to be
case.
Makoto. Oh no, it can't be Makoto, it has to be
A hidden
Kyoko.
side?
It's just
First
going
of all,
circles.
there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial.
There's a diamond by now. Don't worry about it.
And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this...
Okay, time's
Well,
up!
that's your time's up, Charlotte.
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
Since we're the wild prophetic visions, don't worry about it. Oh, that's how the trail just ends? 1001 points, nice.
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Maybe I should have just run away, huh? Congratulations. What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job.
Yep.
Yep, they got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trail doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
It makes perfect sense.
Shing!
It's the same as always, and just like all the other class trails, I'm gonna end it all the same way.
Thrills! Chills!
Time for a hard-finding,
kills!
positively thrilling punishment. Wait, why'd I do? Kyoko.
I don't expect you to forgive me.
No,
I
this
know
is
this
all
is all my fault.
People don't like you pointed out the correct killer all the other times, so it's all the default to you. Yep. Kyoko.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Don't think this is gonna happen now. Guess you just had to run away after all. Unless we're gonna get a fake out this time. Oh, it's just the same fucking thing! Bruh. Yep, literally the same, just Makoto sitting there. He's probably not dead. Because I got the end of class trail screen, so... Probably a fake out or something.
Yeah, stop having that copium. You lost. Accept it.
I don't think that's how it goes. Time for Kyoko arc? Well, at least you're smarter than Makoto. You're having fun today, huh? Double crushing. Sure, it's bad at having unique killing situations. All the other ones were adapted for the killer in question, but this was time we share it. Yeah, apparently. Yep, knew it. Oh no. It's getting easy to do the shit around the stat. Is it back when it gets squished? Maybe.
What?
Aww. What's this? What's going on?
Um,
Hey, what's that? Oh yeah, that'd be Alter Ego. Alter Ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell, I don't believe this.
It would seem...
Seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words...
What I'm saying is you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now, got it, and so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage room pit. In a way that's even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still unsatisfied. I'm still gonna bring this bad to the rest of you. Bring this bad to the entire world. Is he gone? Hey Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell's going on?
Calm down.
It's okay, we're not the ones being trapped this time.
In other words...
No, some awesome mind that isn't snapped. What are you talking about?
So...
You understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. No, fine. We're starting to get the garbage arc. The massive high school towers over all the older buildings in the bustling urban area. It's like a... What? We're going back to the beginning of the game.
Hey dear. Remember Star Wars? In the garbage.
I'm the trash man.
Time to get crushed.
I'm just going back, skip through this because this is just like recap it seems. I don't know. Returning to school, no ordinary student, yada yada. Was me. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard-wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It would be weird for me to zonk up in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep just now? Wasn't any classroom I've ever seen before. Yeah, trash. Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or was it just another dream? Dream inside a hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast dank cavern with a barest hint of light seeping in. Treasures piled all across the area. Must be some kind of underground garbage pit. Heck of a situation to find myself in. But that is just the beginning of my problems. I was going to be stuck in it until I wasted away and died. Nah, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remember all too well what happened. Alter Ego saved me, and he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. And then the pursuit of my survival began. The first episode started looking for a way out of here. Sort of trash. All the way down, all the way trash. So now play. How did something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? Don't worry about it. It's a rocket and a tank. But don't think too much about that's what I'm seeing down here. It's all stuff from the executions, huh? Is this a desk? Probably one that fell down in here with me. Nope, and just the exit. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked it at all, didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. So I have to look around for some food. In the garbage bag? There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next I search for some water. Yeah, couldn't be sure which liquids I can drink and which one are all around a bad idea. Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked on all sides. But I still have enough of a reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that pro-declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. Sleep was deep and uninterrupted. It's my only way to preserve a little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. Can't be sure, but at least I think a full day had to have passed. I see. All I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign, not exactly. Crunch. What the? Strange sounds pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. Trash. As I watched a pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over here? Something fell down from up above. Some body or some shit? What could it have been? A giant piece of trash just fall down here. Careful, stretch out my hand towards whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
Giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew where it was. Hello there. Nice.
It smells
Noodles on her head.
awful.
Instant ramen, huh? This place smells awful. Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing down here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. Glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage on your hair. Just give it a quick sharp shake to get rid of the trash and face me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk when you're finished. Oh yes. My favorite water brand, H2O. And some buns. Thank you. Snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. Phew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So I still haven't given up then. Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at.
Hmm?
Well, it's not such a bad thing to be good at. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt, or no, to atone. Atone?
You...
No neutral, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you.
I
I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but... There was a reason that I had to survive, no matter what the cost. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive
In other words...
is that I can do whatever I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope Speak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope Speak?
Indeed.
That's right, at least I did. Once. Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot, but that's... Yeah, we already considered the amnesia. I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory, that's impossible. Amnesia. Then it's really true, you lost your memory.
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived to the school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation with myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you... what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability, somehow it would interfere with the mastermind's plan. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean... Somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always a chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make it too big of a deal, it's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit on what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you would at least likely be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. Here is the mastermind. No. No,
That guy's not sheer no brain.
he's too stoned for it. He doesn't even know how to wipe his ass, I assume. Your intuition was right though. There was no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh, yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even though I still trust you, you know. It's just I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think it was just her personality. Okay, so now what? Talk to her again. She said the reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how did that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. Like, I don't get why they make this reaction prompts, like... if you're just going to put me in here without something else anyway. You mentioned your ability, my ability. What everyone should have known me for. I am the ultimate detective. Yeah, I've already kind of figured it out, huh? The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope Speak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone. Who?
So...
Well, it was the headmasters of Hope Speak Academy. The headmaster. Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. Dun dun. What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope Speak. Kyoko's dad is Hope Speak's headmaster? Then that explains when old Trigger told us he thought the headmaster was involved. Kyoko, I am your father. I'll find a way.
Huh?
No matter what it takes, I'll find a way. We'll find that monster.
No matter what?
No matter what the cost.
So...
Kyoko, what's going on?
My
memory hasn't gone back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense. But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I was into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked, the shelves were a mess, the desk drawers were dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes, and not to confirm my suspicion. I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I found. But right there. But of course also found this in the headmaster's room. Some sort of map.
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entire Hope Speak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Makuro's profile and the key. The map showed that the second floor is home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have stayed there overnight from time to time. And I figured out the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that the room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you wanted to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However...
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like, that part of the school, I mean? It's hard to describe, all I can say is... The moment I saw it, I realized... Whatever is going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it, you need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure I get a chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important. And really ominous. So how about we get out of here? Of course, when it goes to the second floor, there were no cameras and no monitors which I didn't hear what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mikuro Ikusawa, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so who did kill her?
Anyway...
What can I say for sure that the mastermind is directly involved? To begin with, the point of the class tale of Mikuro Ikusawa was to get me killed. Get you killed.
Indeed.
I stole that key and it disappeared. And in retaliation, he wanted me to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trail. It was. The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. Yeah.
In other words...
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. The bear fucking cheated. Of course they did. They couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class rule to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somewhat bound by the school regulations.
Hey.
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mikuro Ikusawa. What's that? There was a point where Mikuro might not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim.
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? You mean? Flashback scene? Yep. During the night? I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. Well? What? I can hear the god of the death as he moves. But that ability naturally draws me to cases just like this.
Anyway...
I see. So you can send Shinigami-sama, I see. Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms in a certain sense of dread and I looked down in the stairwell. And I saw a white shadow across the corridor. White shadow. I gave chase right away. As I followed, I saw the shadow go into your room. Not so much of a shadow now, is it? If it was white. I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However...
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped him, but I led to... Whoever the masked assailant was, he ended up dead.
Correct.
And the murder was disguised and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all happened to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use a class drill to eliminate me. So this all would mean that whoever killed Mikuro is the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but I think that that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. That means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use a class drill to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed a class drill to kill me, but they seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words...
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered.
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and she'll be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think that the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to be implicated whatever caused that event. You're talking
That's
about
right.
what happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair.
It would seem...
That despicable group of whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're...
Indeed.
Make no mistake. They're the root of all evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Chapter end? Still pretty short though. Yeah, no one really died, huh? I guess I can go a little bit longer. I'm not sure how long it takes to get out of the fucking garbage can here. Dream Island rocket present. I see. The ultimate despair, a group of people who caused a tragedy 1 year ago. Next one. Oh, you mean chapter 6 is the last one? Oh boy. Oh, maybe I shouldn't start then. It's probably also quite long, I imagine. The same people put together a killing game and began broadcasting it all around the world. The most desperately alpha group of people ever. And that is the mastermind's true identity. And it just kinda keeps going. So is there like a good point to call this quits for today? Well, I mean, I doubt I'll finish it today, I mean, that much is sure. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. A little bit more? Okay. Well, I guess as soon as I get out of the garbage room, somehow I get a proper cut-off real soon. Okay. But right now...
Anyway...
Right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Thinking about the rest of the story can come later. Yeah, you're right. Well... It's locked, but you have a way to open this door. Yes, use your master key, please. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from that master's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolute vital part of ensnaring the mastermind, and we'd have never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
That's right. Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Hey Kyoko, we can use the keys of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on and set it into the keyhole. And then, like, yes, it opened.
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. Quickly opened the door and made out of escape from the garbage pit. I left them faster than I expected. Finally, we were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. The ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. I see. Yeah, just immediately did that, yeah. I see. Meep, how long do you say the final chapter is? So I'll probably leave it at this for today, even though it's like quite a bit shorter than usual.
I mean, you can still, like, I don't know, play something else after this. Like a short thingy.
You can go a bit. Okay. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. Oh, this is going to come out at the garbage chute of like that little latch in the garbage area, isn't it? That we couldn't open all this time. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. Ah, still in a dream, Snake Eater. nice view. Yeah, everyone in this universe just has like a black void on their skirt. We climbed into darkness. The passages were so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. No idea why we were so far down. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I wouldn't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said it, I'm getting kind of nervous. Like to have those boots? Yeah, same. But I don't think that those boots are my size is a problem.
Yeah, same.
Maybe talking will keep your mind off it. So, Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many haven't even heard of us. But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
The detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That's how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we have made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. Conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it is entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we can do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's the source of our pride. So that explains. Hey Chad, perhaps secret from minor. When I was a kid, I actually kind of wanted to be a detective for a while, but I never ended up doing with that. Hehe. As a kid, I thought it would be cool to be a detective, like solving murders and stuff, but that never ended.
Aww.
Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. It's a very ungrateful job. Yeah, I mean I can imagine that now. Yeah, but as a kid I didn't realize that. I just didn't have enough good grades and stuff like that. So. So there's not anything about her. Yeah, you need an iron gut, yeah. Because she had herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yeah, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I didn't know it was something the true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you regretted for to enter Hope's Peak, just because that much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You've had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However...
There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, had a promising future.
However...
But he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather and had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I would have never had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't... Trust me, even if you were below her, you wouldn't see her expression. You wouldn't even see up her skirt, because... haha, shadows. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell that she was compared to all I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was even more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true. This is why we spec into dogfish in RPGs. I question your motive, sir.
However...
But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really.
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However...
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they even see me to this day. A shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, they just got him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? You're only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that, I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. I'm telling you, it's going to be the garbage room. Because that seems a lot bigger than that room, actually. Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of this door is Hope Speaker's waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember the ledge on the ground in the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. Yeah, but there's like a lock on it, so how are you going to open it from this side? I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Oh, no, there goes nothing. I reached my hand right up and pushed against the hatch. Really imagine that you had to wait on the top here until like someone was like in garbage duty and actually like heard you knocking. And then the poop still couldn't open it. Convenience, yeah. Well, I mean, I knew there was something about that hatch all this time, but, well, there we go. Looks like we're back.
Whew.
But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. Can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back at Hope Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. We're just returning the favor. Alright, now what? So, now what do we do? Glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out. And the more about you too, he helped me, so they might...
Listen.
Are you worried? Yeah, of course.
So then...
Then let's just get a concrete answer.
In other words...
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. But that's...
However...
If we try too hard, it's only a matter of time till we find out, and it's not like we can run away. And she said that she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying that rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry, anything is going to happen isn't.
Because...
Can we just flip the bird to Monokuma on the surveillance camera? That would be funny. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. He said something like that before, what does it mean?
So...
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Makoto's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let the guard down. There was.
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us to go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little no super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the
Shall
gym.
we go?
Let's get going. So, do I go to the gym meep or do I call it off at this point? Like, I'm just worried I'm gonna just go, okay. Like, I'm just worried I'm going to like trigger something that's going to take like a bloody hour to get through. Either that or we just wake up like next morning. I'm gonna save actually though. I still have the truth bullets. Why do we still have those? This was usually only available in it's like 20 or 30 minutes until it got off. Okay. That will be fine. First, I gotta check something now. Hee hee. I still got some gacha items to get, so it's probably now or never.
Yeah. You know, I thought you would go to the data center and try to get into that Monokuma door. I thought you would check that.
I know, this is also not a bad idea actually.
Considering you have the master key.
Okay, I got 170 coins, how much? Please know you can do this after the game ends. Oh, okay. Aww. Aww. Got block my meep. Finally did it properly. I should be able to fast travel then, right? Alright, it's not letting me fast travel there at all. Aww. Well, I guess I also can go up these stairs. Huh?
Shall we go?
We need to get to the gym to Monokuma. Oh. Well, there goes Jordy.
Yeah.
Oh, the gags. Finally here, huh?
Well now.
Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead. What is he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really going to be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
Shing!
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now we're going to punish you again. And this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko, do whatever you feel you have to do. What?
However...
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
No.
If you execute Makoto, it means you lose. None of that matters to you, right? Huh? I lose?
Hey!
You! Explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
Because...
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to get me to kill me.
In other words...
I was supposed to be chosen as the blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
However...
When Makoto chose to overlook my lie, my plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't all that what you were expecting. Because you never imagined in that position, one person would protect another like that.
Right.
And in response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation, no more than that. You must have realized that Makoto who refused to be manipulated was a threat to you as well.
However...
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you killed it.
Am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Makuro, you did.
Listen to me.
So, executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game saying that the blackened is me and not Makoto.
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well...
No, I can't. Don't you say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such a bold claims without a shred of evidence.
That doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time I can guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
Because...
If Makoto really was a killer, he would never have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared of his life, feared another execution, he would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair he so loved to inspire.
However...
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
Indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey.
If you were trying to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased.
Indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what you said was exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey.
Of course you can just say we're making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your innocence, you will be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair, fair and square,
That's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Makoto's trail over again, bruh. Only this time you follow school regulations so to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
I don't want to do the trail over. It was an absolute woozy.
Hey.
Well, let's wait for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trail, one last showdown in other words. This would be a chance to expose the true identity of Makoto's killer and the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have accepted the challenge? It was a mess because it was messed with, I guess. They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Barry.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting so bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now I just suggest it might be possible. It would be certainly make for one honey of a climax.
In other words...
Does it mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that will be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it will cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree with your terms. Someone who responded to the level of Teddy. already says that well, that kind of similar, but... Will victory win, will your hope win out? Will my despair claim your victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. Let me still have a shot at this.
Bear it!
But this is a long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
So for this final face-off, you have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right. After the last mystery that's sprawling around the school. If we can do that.
I can barely contain myself!
Yeah, koala is a bear, isn't it? Fuck. Then it'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
It's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well good. Then let's bear it in. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school,
you guys!
Then you win. But if you can't do all of that, we all face execution, right? Chat, maybe I wonder next time to replay Persona 4, I need like a Monokuma skin for Daddy. Should be possible now that it's on PC, come on. I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? I did ask for us to vote on Monokuma to be blackened years ago. We never could vote on him is a problem. We are as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? Honestly, can't believe that's how it all turned out.
Hey.
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure, so what?
Hey.
I just wanted to confirm that is what you said, right? And it is a true statement. You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on school regulations. And having a trail from Mukuro is no exception to that. Mukuro's trail is no exception, then it's part of the regulations. Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro. It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but... This killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step... Well, yeah. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
Listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why'd it go quiet all of a sudden? Stop on talking. I've got nothing left to say for you. Suck a loss, would you? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable. Man, I didn't realize I could relate to Monokuma this much.
Hey!
Leave me alone, get out of here! Okay, I'm going, I'm just... You really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey.
I love that laugh. Go on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. Thanks, Monokuma. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. Still had my life and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than I expected. Once again, I wasn't Kyoko's apt. Alright. Come put the bat. It's night. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However...
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't tend to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
So...
They had no choice but to accept.
Because...
It's all because of that one moment in the mastermind let down the guard, like I said. So, when was it when the mastermind let the guard down?
So...
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said that they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast the school lives on the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
Listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
Think of it in another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
so...
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost, us killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
It would
The
seem...
mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all the rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, no one would have killed anybody.
In other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal is to make us kill each other, and to show that off to the world. And why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely. I don't know, make some good for some good live-action TV, I guess. Prove a point.
Hey,
The outside world is a name for the students of Hope speak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, the mastermind wants the world to see that and try to prove despair is better than hope. Imagine the ad revenue. I don't think anyone wants to advertise on a platform that actually kills people because, like, morals and bullshit. I mean, you've seen enough of this shit with YouTube and Twitch when it comes to even something remotely sexual. Just look at gacha ads and shit like that, you know. Oh no, we can't show titties. That's gonna break rules. Murders? Ah, that's fine. Actually, no. I changed my mind. Maybe it is fine because it's murder and not titties being shown.
Nipples are dangerous.
Nipples are dangerous. Gunshots? Ah, that's fine. TV can show killings. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I retract that statement. Maybe they would be fine with the ad revenue. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair. What? They wanted to prove that despair is better than hope. But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that no one but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is it really the original reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet... that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness.
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their own rules, this would have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter. This wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of themselves.
indeed.
That's precisely the reason. No matter how much you may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single rule of their regulations. Juka broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use a class trial, following all the proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial and didn't have a right answer, then they made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thank you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also is not a killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would also only do the mastermind harm to have shown that they haven't violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right, and you're still able to get the mastermind to accept the challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me, and another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right, this time at least. I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. I need another sippy because my mouth is dying. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. Totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I showed my uneasiness, that would have made you just that would have just made you that more uneasy. Why did I probably the line? Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
Or everything we've gone through would have been for nothing. Oh, you're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost our lives. There is no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All I have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
However...
Is that really possible?
Anyway,
right now we have to find the others.
shall we go?
They're possibly in their dorms or somewhere. Shall we go? I mean, it's nighttime, they're probably sleeping. Probably sleeping. Unless it's already morning, but I don't know what the time is right now. I mean, I can check. And suddenly we are agreeable with. You again? Yes. Is it broken?
Whew.
I suppose his emotional stability reaches limit. Yes. Jeez, what the heck?
However...
I wonder what that was all about. Couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah. There you are.
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Huh? You survived?
Jeez. You're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Break him, please. Everyone was there, all my friends would struggle together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up. Oh, fuck off, Makoto.
What?
What's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, this seriously stinks. Oh, it's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. I think he smells more than like a wet dog. Get away, shoo, shoo. And in a flash, my tears dried up. Yeah, I kind of got to say that you kind of stinky after all of that, huh? You stink. Are you rotten? Rotten physically, mentally, everywhere you can be rotten. Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. You smell so smelly. Super smelly. You smell even worse than me. Way worse than me. Why are you making that face over this? I win. She seems happy for some reason. Oh, fucking hate you. Why didn't we just fucking murder her? No one would have missed her. She's just annoying. So, what have you guys been up to while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trail was over, we'd have access to new places again. And? No dice. All the rooms were locked before are still locked. So, there aren't any new areas. Then we can go... Then where can we go to find new clues? Second dormitory room. Makoto, what was it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world.
You know?
Did you get to talk to her? Who? Miss Cleo. What? Cleopatra? What? No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck's Miss Cleo? I mean, all I can think of is Cleopatra. Still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me neither. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was alter ego. You saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say that their life saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. Miss Cleo is a famous psychic? Really? Never heard of that story before.
Makoto.
It's no time to indulge in an excellent happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened in Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you? Maybe you should just take a fucking shower first. I've considered that.
It's true.
It's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you about the last class trail. Last class trail?
In other words...
You're going to redo Mukuro's trail.
Huh?
Not seriously.
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you.
Wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. Then who is it?
I see.
What you're saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
That's right. It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to make to stop it.
However...
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you
Spotted
say?
the trap, did you, Makoto? You made it sound like it was easy. I just, you know, I don't know, the game reset and I gave you the other options. But executing Makoto who wasn't the blackened is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules stated only the blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Doesn't mean you really did break the rules. You had no choice but to agree. You used it to the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
Correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of Lost Grail, when you said an out-of-boundary mastermind is ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean!
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again, later. So knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind. But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. First to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school.
Huh?
Every last mystery?
But...
But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway...
You've probably guessed it already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone? Hey, we said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us. I'm fine with things being the way they are. I'm fine with living here forever with Master. I meanwhile want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible. Anyway, at this point, the only for us to survive is to unravel the truth. And all of us want to fight the decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Mukuro and all the school's mysteries is a pretty tall freaking order. Maybe, but this time the trail is different. We know where our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not sure about that. I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
Indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us a little hint of his. Hint? It's a very polarizing approach though, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but it's a killing game again with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope Speak Academy since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said it, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable.
Huh?
But why?
So, in other words...
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there was no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
In other words...
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope Speak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is... There are 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Mukuro and you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them.
That's right.
And one of the 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive, are the people standing right here. Need I continue until you get it now? You're saying that the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Well, we can't say that for sure that it's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
Certainly a possibility, but one among many. The mastermind is being one of us is also a possibility. And that's one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high scorer. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was a mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow. But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious the entire time Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but...
I don't care how sneaky you are. We would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right.
And maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue connections beforehand. In that case, there's no way you could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible. If they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. Correct theory. It was Sayaka all along. She got herself framed for murder first. But actually I was all doing it all alongside in the
Type of crack theories.
yeah. She was all doing it behind the scenes anyway. It's fucking you never know.
This is a school announcement.
Oh, this is different.
You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending
Hell follows the rules
mode.
too. Fair.
So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
Time for talk is done, now we need to begin our investigation, but I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of
At this
my
point
family.
I can rely only on myself. It took army blood flowing through my veins. No time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must be uphold your own responsibility.
Goodbye.
Well then. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Yeah, Master. He didn't even take me with him. For good reason. Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless. Bye. You're useless. And Tatoku drifts off out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Yeah, keep dreaming. Keep dreaming. Laughing loudly here, I left the dining hall. Everyone's really gone off by themselves. What about you, Ina? I guess I'll do the same thing.
But...
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know. But up until now, I haven't been really all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. They're not useless. If you hadn't been there, I would have died. Makoto? That's really nice of you to say. But still, I've been most totally useless.
Okay.
So I figure at least at the end, maybe I can find something that helps get all out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Alright, I'll see you later. Ina was in a surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, she just does do.
Indeed.
Well, maybe, like I said, maybe she should take a shower first. So you're gonna go on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However...
Now, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our research separately doesn't mean we can still work together.
So...
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigation doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should see this as splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together to share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then...
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to collect.
Correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can investigate all the places we couldn't go to before.
Makoto.
Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. And with that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. Still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of the school. And then we can also escape together. Investigation time. No, yes. Guess I'll start by taking a look at the Monokuma file.
The three most interesting rooms or places are the second floor doors.
Second floor domes, biolab, headmaster room, I imagine, and the Monokuma room.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are like the locations I want to go to for sure.
Yeah.
Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife that completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as big as a metal pipe. Body was covered in other wounds, but these were already several days old. Several days. It really makes it sound like they just like got like the corpse of one of the other dead people. I mean, if it was Celeste's body, it would be mildly burnt already. I mean, I did say that the shoes kind of look like Junko's shoes, but... Once we find out we killed Makuro Ikusawa, then we'll know who the mastermind is.
How long has Celeste's trial been? Was the third...
It was the one before this. Well, the Sakura stuff happened, I guess. It's like, I don't know, 4 days in universe time, I guess? I mean, if they hide the body and preserve it somewhere, it wouldn't be much of a problem. I guess Junko would be more of a stretch at that point. And so, sure as hell is in Sayaka's body. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess you should start with the rooms that were locked until now. That master's room, the biolab, and the door in the data center with Munokuma's face on it. Ah yes, those rooms I just mentioned.
Yeah.
Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was on before. It should be open right now. After that, I have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder. Which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Places to check has been added to the truth builder section of your handbook. Data center has the Monokuma logo. I see. I mean, I guess this is what me meant with like the cutoff point, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it's open now. I'm really tempted to go up there already though. And I really should just like leave the investigation to one section. How long would you roughly set the investigation and that final trail would be, and like whatever finale happens after that? Would it be long as investigation though? Okay, so I guess I can make the investigation and the trail its own thing then. Because I imagine that after the trail is going to be like a lot of stuff. 1 hour investigation. Trail took you 3 hours.
I mean, I guess you can check out one room that's like the most interesting to you right now, then call it. Or you just call it here.
I don't really want to do it on a different time though. Like I want to do the investigation in one day.
Yeah, I think
Especially because I will be going until at least next Wednesday the streams. So I think I just want to like do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be like 4 hours total. Like maybe I will do it all in one go. I don't know. Then I definitely want to do it all like next week because like if I go away for like 4 or 5 days, I'm gonna forget all this shit. So it's not like a good idea.
You suggest the data room.
Short and not too exciting one is the one in the data room. Shaves of the 15 minutes. Alright, I'll go there then. I guess I just do all the rest and maybe that's the finale then next time I stream this, I don't know.
Hey, Makoto.
Hey Makoto, you had to look around too. I said what you doing here? Yeah, I can't tell but one in the corridor.
Yeah.
So I figured, if all the doors in the school had been unlocked, that one should have been open too, right?
But...
Although I couldn't bring myself to open it. Because it might explode, right? And that really sucks, so you open it. I'm sure she didn't mean that, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. I mean, I was most interested in the second dorms, if anything. Because that has been so close by the entire time, but we couldn't enter it all this time. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Wait, let me take cover first, I don't want to get exploded. Pretty nice over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? Alright, here goes nothing. Throw my weight into it, but the door opened much easier than I expected. Why didn't you fucking try this before? Well, I guess Monokuma showed up, but... What's in mystery room number 1? Looks like a control panel for Monokuma. There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was...
Huh?
Wow, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. Yeah, this looks like the inside of a, of a Mac or something like that.
What the heck?
I mean, every part of the school leaves a bad taste in my mouth,
Just
but
a second.
this place is like a number 1 gross. It's really different than the whole league of creepy.
Looks like Monokuma control thingy.
Yeah. With Gundam control panel, but it's Monokuma. What is this device? It looks like some sort of control panel. It's really over the top though, like some kind of military installation or something. Kinda looks like a mech cockpit, right? He would probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit. So the Monokuma rolls a control panel looks like some sort of cockpit. Then could that mean?
Okay.
Alright, let's start poking at it or whatever. We're gonna start pushing buttons. Now hold on, you can't just or whatever something like this. But it was too late. He knows already jabbing at the control panel. Oh boy.
Huh?
Huh? Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. Hey, now where did you push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one, the button that says data center. Data center? Took a good look at the control panel. I saw a bunch of buttons each with the name of the room next to it. And just like Hina said, there was one labeled on the data center. That must be the one she pushed. But the data center is right next door. The door we were just in, that's where the strange noise came from. Probably better go check it out.
Yeah.
Yes, please, I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you on from over here. There's going to be a Monokuma that's not moving at all there. No? Did that just say what I think I heard? Oh, there he is. Is that Monokuma? Hey! Rawr, give me all your donuts! Is that you, Ina?
What?
Hmm? Oh man, busted. How did you know?
Say what?
Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling?
Hello.
Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
Ah, guess what I found? A self-destruct button. Whatever you do, don't push it.
Too bad.
Oh man. Are you seriously going to punish it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on is in the control panel inside. It controls Monokumas. Go back and tell her. And not if we busted down the room, or the door to the room when we are like in the data room itself. Because then Monokuma showed up and was actually moving. The culprit was next to us all this time. And wow, hey Makoto, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma. What do you mean? What you were controlling just now, it was Monokuma.
Huh?
Monokuma? For real? Yep, it looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma. Which means the Mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The Mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. And this control room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words...
Hey.
Maybe this Mastermind can monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Elaborate setup though, but sure. Kenko's theory was correct, was right. But if the Mastermind been controlling Monokuma from here, that means it must be inside the school the whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. But if it is true... It's a very polarizing approach. Yeah. You know, there's 16 of them. And some stupid designs. No, don't worry about it. Then the Mastermind is Monokuma's puppeteer is really the 16th student. No, it can't be. There's no way, right? Only token control room has been added to the troop base. That's everything. What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like the face you're making. Oh, no, it's nothing. Okay. What about you? Is everything okay?
I mean...
Well, it's just... This is where the Mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they set up traps or something? I can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not true. So, like... You want to leave soon? There's still a lot of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. You can't waste all our time standing around here. Okay, you want to get going? Yeah. There's literally nothing else in here. What? Chat. Chat. Do you see it?
Get out of my head!
I have a soundbite for the Emogus effect, but this is way too loud, so I'm not gonna play it. What's wrong, Makoto? Let's hurry up and get out of here. Why not sometimes you ripped on vent? It's a vent, Hina! God damn it! Leave the area. How does this not a clue? Click. As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What is that? The door just locked on its own. What? My hand stood out shut out to grab the doorknob. Oh, you're right, it's locked, but why? Of course it's locked! Because the data center is now restricted. Monokuma. See, they just fucking vented in. Fuck's sake. Hey, no fair! You can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like.
Hey!
It's for your benefit. Because that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would be if the school mascot just stop moving. Then that room.
Yep.
It's almost as if someone was hiding in that vent. Yeah, I told you that, right? This guy. As you may have guessed, that's what my controls are. So right now you're being operated by someone in that room.
Yes,
yeah, you didn't let me check out the vent, Hina. Fuck you. Correctamundo.
You're a liar.
But it doesn't make any sense. You were just in there, you didn't see anyone. No, you didn't, did you? I'll show you as far as you could have been. Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? Come on, chat, the joke's right itself at this point. You can't tell me it's not true. Shut up, Mina. No way! The hatch on the floor. Too bad, that was your one big chance and you blew it.
Too bad.
Of course that hatch can't be open from the outside anyway, so whatever. Now then this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace? I mean, at this point you should just like get everyone together and you can like prove who it's not. Simple enough, right? He's gone, but... Was he telling the truth? The Mastermind was hiding in there. In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure.
Huh?
Then when I said we should leave, well, that hatch couldn't have been opened from the outside anyway, right? Honestly, that the game lets you notice that it's kind of annoying. You should have easily just blocked it. It should have at least been added as like a as a truth bullet, because it can probably amount to something. That there's like a vent system going around. But nah, it doesn't matter. It's not important enough. So it's not your fault.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, we don't have to let it get into us. We have to stay positive and make most of the time we have left. You're right. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's about keeping my body moving. Okay, I'm gonna run around to tell everyone what we just found here. Nice, you got me all motivated again.
You got it.
Okay, I'm out. See you later. Ina took off at full sprint, and I have to do what I can too. That's the only way forward. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to like the dormitory rooms. I like how it says Monokuma is there now. I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, not wrong, but come on now. I'm just gonna put myself back in the dormitory. I'm going to leave it at this for today. Hopefully I can combine the rest of the investigation together with the investigation with the trail itself next time, and make it an actual long finale, I guess. Oh, my throat is going to hate that. I'm going to be so tired of speaking. Well, at least most of the trail is voiced, so that's not a problem. Double save like always, because that's what we do. The last two rooms are kind of strung together and they matter a lot. There's like three locations left, like the actually I can check it, can't I? Oh, wait, no, not that one. Yeah, that monster's room, the biolab, and the dormitory. So I'll probably go to the dormitory first, and like the data lab and the biolab and the monster's room kind of match, I guess. Then no, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, that's going to be it for today then. Yes. That's it for today then, but thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you next time.